It's Sunday, May 18th, 2014. In today's video, we're going to show you how to change the interior color of your car, whether it be the vinyl trim, the dash, the carpet, the headliner, you name it. This is the proper way to do it. There are probably better ways of dyeing and whatnot, but this is the proper cheap way to do it. Let's put it that way. Make a long story short, I need some trim pieces for my M3, and they're very hard to find. You know, that they don't make parts for it anymore, like trim pieces, and salvage yards have very few of them, at least around here. So I did find a two-door coupe the other day, which had some pieces I needed, but it was the wrong color. I have black interior, and you can see it's gray. Now this is one of the pieces I needed. This is like the rear ashtray portion. Clearly it's gray, wrong color, but you take what you can get and then you make it work. So this piece here was also a piece I needed. It was originally gray. You can see it looks like a factory finish. It's not real shiny, anything like that, but it definitely used to be gray, and it's all black now. And how you do that is first you want to clean the part really, really well, soap and water, let it dry, then get you some alcohol, whether it be the alcohol pads or bottle alcohol with a swab, and clean it off really, really well. I've already done that with this. You can see there are some flaws in it, but that's fine because it's not going to be this color. So once you've got that done, you want to pick up some Dupli-Color or whatever, it doesn't matter, but adhesion promoter. This is very important. You need this in order for this to really, really work. You just spray paint on there, chances are it's probably going to come off. Now with carpet, different story. You don't really put this on there. And the product you want to use is the Dupli-Color vinyl and fabric. It doesn't have to be Dupli-Color, this is just what they have locally, and I've used it before and it worked really well. Carpet, it worked really well, but it does, on the carpet, I've noticed on my old E30, that it did tend to kind of fade. At first it was a little crunchy, then it kind of felt normal, but then it started to fade after about a year. Now on interior pieces, I've never had that happen. Never had it chip, never had it fade, nothing like that. I used it actually in the rear deck lid of the M3 because it was black, but it was faded, the factory, and I didn't feel like recovering it. Used this and it's been in there for 3 years and it hasn't faded yet, surprisingly enough, and it sits out in the elements all day. So now my seat's faded, but not something that I painted. So once you've got it all nice and clean, you want to get your adhesion promoter and you want to lightly put 3 coats on it. So we're going to hold it up, and so it just goes on clear. Almost, when it's going on, it almost looks like a clear coat at first, and it dries pretty quickly. So get the whole piece, everything you're going to paint. I'll sit this down to get the rest of it. I don't want to get it on my hand. Make sure you got it shaken up pretty well. But again, just light coats. It takes about 2 minutes for it to set up. Once that 2 minutes is up right there, we'll go ahead and put a second coat on, and then we'll put a third coat on. 3 coats, really don't need to go any more than that, but I would recommend 3 coats. 1 coat, well, would probably do it, but they call for 3. I've never had any issues with 3, and I'm going to continue to do that. So we're going to go ahead and let this dry for a little bit, put the second and third coat on. We'll show you when it's complete. It's not going to look any different really, and then we'll come back and we'll paint, and then you'll see the finished results. So stay tuned. All right, we're back. Wanted to mention a couple things before we actually throw down the color here. As I've mentioned, you want to wait 2 minutes in between coats for the adhesion promoter, and then once that last coat is dry, you want to wait 10 minutes before you throw down the color. Also with the color, watch what you get. So this is flat black, and I showed you how that dried, which is more of a natural look. They do sell it in gloss black. Gloss black would probably be pretty shiny. I think it would almost look fake on something like this. Almost look like it was wet all the time. So I wouldn't recommend that, in my opinion. Now it's up to you. So the flat, again, it doesn't look matte finish or anything like that. It looks like a factory piece. So, and that's the look I'm looking for. So that being said, again, here's the vinyl and fabric. So go ahead and make sure it's shooken up real well. And you want to put light coats on here as well. So just like with any painting, we're going to kind of test it there first. But light coats Now it's pretty thin, so it goes on a little thick in areas. So get the whole piece. We're going to have to set it down here. And then as far as the coats are concerned, I usually put about 3 coats on this as well. So get the entire piece, and we also have another piece here we're going to paint. And with this, let it dry for, again, a couple minutes. I would say 5 minutes between coats. I'm not sure if it actually even says. It probably does. I don't know if it does or not. Shake vigorously, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I usually wait about 5 minutes. So, and when you're putting the coats on, again, make sure they're light coats. I would probably stick with 3 to 5 max, because you don't want to build it up. This is already pretty much dry. You don't want to build it up to where you cannot see like the grain in the actual piece, because you know it's got the little, just the grains in it. You know, the actual texture. Otherwise, if you build it up too thick, that's going to kind of go away. It's going to flatten out and look really, really fake. So you can see that already looks pretty good already. I mean, compared to what it was. Obviously wrong color it was before. That was the only thing wrong with it, really. We got to get the back side here. You can see where it's gray. So go ahead and shoot that. And I'm going to continue working on these. See, this stuff dries pretty quick, so just go with your light coats. So I'll continue spraying these, and then we'll come back with the after the 3rd coat is dry, and we'll show you the finished product. So stay tuned. Okay, we're going to end with this video and showing you the finished product here. It's been about 10 minutes. You can see that piece looks pretty much factory. Not too shiny. Everything's all nice and even. Getting light coats. Still see all the texture. Same with this piece here. Now I would still let it cure probably for, I don't know, 5 hours or so, just in case. You probably don't need that, but I like to let things cure. If you watch the cafe build, you know I let everything cure for like a week when you're painting metal. So again, use the adhesion promoter. Doesn't matter who it's through, just get one. I don't know if they actually recommend that with this, but the best results I've found every time is to use that adhesion promoter, because it allows this to adhere to the actual product. Again, flat black is what I recommend, no matter what system you're using. Carpet, you don't use the adhesion promoter. Of course, I guess you could probably try. Maybe that's why mine faded. I don't know. I don't think so, though. I just, carpet with a lot of wear, it didn't seem to work real well. Now that rear deck lid is perfect. And I've had this can for a couple years. I haven't used a whole lot of it. Now carpet, you'll probably need a couple of cans at least for a full carpet interior. But again, I would probably just try to find the right color, or do a professional dye job, or just dye it yourself, what have you. So that's going to wrap it up. We'll continue working on some other things. Maybe we'll show you these in the car later on once we get those seats installed. So we'll see. But if you have any questions or comments, post those below, subscribe, and thanks for watching.